Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and powerful hormones in the human body, growth hormone. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to stay lean, youthful, and energetic while others age rapidly, growth hormone is often a key part of that story. The challenge is that this hormone, which is naturally produced in your pituitary gland, declines sharply as we get older. By the age of 40, your growth hormone levels can already be down by 40%. By 60, you're looking at a 60% decline. And that decline shows up in your body in very visible and frustrating ways. When growth hormone levels fall, muscle mass shrinks. Fat accumulates, especially dangerous visceral fat around your organs. Your skin thins. Bone density drops, and recovery from exercise or injury takes much longer. Many people also notice their sleep quality declining and their energy crashing during the day. So clearly, this hormone is a big player not just in how we look, but in how we feel and function. But here's where things get interesting. While some try to cheat the system with growth hormone injections, the reality is that artificial HGH can shorten your lifespan and increase your risk for diseases. The real solution is not injections, but learning how to optimize your natural HGH production. That's exactly what we're covering today. We'll break down what growth hormone does, what blocks it, and then reveal the exact lifestyle strategies that can increase your levels by 2x, 5x, 10x, or even 20x safely and naturally. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to unlock your body's most powerful anti-aging, fat-burning, and muscle-building hormone. The role of growth hormone and IGF-1. So what exactly does growth hormone do? Think of it as the master signal for repair, recovery, and rejuvenation. Its job is to burn fat, build muscle, repair damaged tissues, and even keep your bones strong. It plays a critical role in exercise recovery and overall vitality. Some people call it an anti-aging hormone, but that can be misleading. On its own, growth hormone doesn't directly make you younger. Instead, it triggers another important substance called IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1, which is produced in the liver. IGF-1 is the real worker behind the scenes, carrying out most of the incredible effects we attribute to growth hormone. Here's how it works. Growth hormone sends the signal, and IGF-1 carries it out. But for your body to make this conversion effectively, you need two important things: insulin and a healthy liver. If your liver is damaged, say from fatty liver disease, or if your insulin levels are chronically high or unstable, that conversion doesn't happen properly. That's why people who are overweight, diabetic, or living on a high-sugar diet often struggle with low HGH activity, even if their body is still releasing some hormone. This is also where protein comes in. While carbohydrates spike insulin in a harmful way, protein, especially animal protein, provides the right kind of insulin signal to support the growth hormone to IGF-1 conversion. Dairy, particularly whey protein, also stimulates insulin strongly. The difference is that protein and dairy also trigger other balancing hormones, while sugar just triggers insulin alone, which blocks HGH. So the key is not to avoid insulin completely, but to get it from the right foods. Understanding this interplay between growth hormone, IGF-1, and insulin is crucial because it shows us why diet and liver health are such big factors in keeping this system working optimally. What blocks growth hormone? Now let's look at what stops your growth hormone production in the first place. Because avoiding these traps is just as important as boosting HGH. The number one blocker is insulin. Every time you eat sugary foods, refined carbs, or overeat late at night, your insulin spikes and your body shuts off HGH release. Over time, this creates a cycle of muscle loss, fat gain, and sluggish metabolism. But insulin isn't the only villain. Age naturally lowers HGH, but lifestyle factors make it drop even faster. Stress raises cortisol, which competes with growth hormone and weakens its effects. Poor sleep is another huge one. Since most growth hormone is released in deep sleep, staying up late or sleeping poorly cuts your body's production drastically. Alcohol has a similar suppressing effect, preventing the pituitary gland from releasing HGH during the night. Low vitamin D is another overlooked factor. Vitamin D works with the endocrine system, and when levels are too low, the hormone signals that trigger HGH get weaker. And then there's fatty liver. Since growth hormone must be converted in the liver to IGF-1, having a fatty or damaged liver almost guarantees poor results. This is why people with metabolic syndrome or obesity see rapid declines in HGH and often suffer from muscle weakness, belly fat, and poor recovery. So here's the takeaway. If you're overweight, eating too much sugar, drinking alcohol, stressed out, sleeping poorly, or low in vitamin D, you are shutting down the very hormone that keeps you lean and youthful. Step 1 is to stop digging the hole deeper. Once you've identified and removed these inhibitors, then the real fun begins boosting your HGH naturally through proven methods. How to double or triple growth hormone. Now let's move into the exciting part. The methods that can double or even triple your HGH levels naturally. These aren't extreme, and most of them can be integrated into your lifestyle fairly easily. The first is GABA, a calming neurotransmitter that supports relaxation and sleep. GABA supplementation has been shown to boost HGH, but you don't necessarily need a pill. Magnesium glycinate is one of the best ways to naturally increase GABA in the brain, which in turn raises HGH production. The second is melatonin. This is your natural sleep hormone, and it's deeply tied to growth hormone release. When you dim the lights 2 hours before bed, avoid screens, or wear blue light blocking glasses, your body produces more melatonin, which sets you up for the deep sleep that triggers HGH. Third is the amino acid glutamine, which supports gut health but also plays a direct role in stimulating growth hormone. Then we have arginine, another amino acid. Taken correctly not right before a workout but at least 2 hours before or after, it can give your HGH a solid boost. Cold therapy is another powerful trigger. Exposure to cold, whether through cold showers or ice baths, has been shown to increase HGH as your body adapts to the stress. Similarly, alpha-GPC, a supplement that supports brain health, can stimulate growth hormone as well. Then there's hypoxia training, short bursts of restricted oxygen, similar to high-altitude training. Even 10 seconds of restricted breathing during exercise can shock the body into producing more HGH. And let's not forget diet. A low-carb or ketogenic diet combined with sufficient animal protein supports HGH release by keeping insulin low while still providing the protein signals needed for IGF-1 production. How to increase growth hormone 5-10 times. If you're ready to go even further, there are methods that can increase your growth hormone by 5 to 10 times. The most important of these is deep, restorative sleep. Remember, the largest pulses of HGH are released during deep sleep. If your sleep is shallow or interrupted, you're missing out on the majority of your body's production. To get true deep sleep, your environment matters. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Darkness is essential, so consider blackout curtains or a sleep mask. Noise can disrupt your cycles, so earplugs may help. Magnesium, glycine, and zinc before bed can all improve deep delta wave sleep, while morning sunlight exposure resets your circadian rhythm so your body knows when to sleep. Regular exercise during the day also prepares you for deeper rest at night. The second major trigger is fasting, going 23 to 24 hours without food, in other words. Eating one meal a day can raise HGH levels 5 to 10 times. Why? Because fasting lowers insulin and creates a metabolic environment where growth hormone surges to protect your muscle and fuel fat burning. Unlike calorie restriction diets, fasting doesn't slow metabolism. It accelerates hormonal adaptation. So if you combine deep sleep with strategic intermittent fasting, you're not just nudging HGH higher, you're multiplying it. For many people, these two practices alone create noticeable differences in fat loss, muscle retention, and energy. And the best part is, they don't cost anything. It's about aligning your lifestyle with how your body is naturally designed to function. How to boost growth hormone 10-20 times. Now let's talk about the ultimate boosters, the strategies that can increase growth hormone levels by 10 to 20 times. The first is extended fasting. A fast of 4 to 5 days, done safely and with proper refeeding afterward, can cause massive spikes in HGH. Most of the benefits actually show up when you break the fast, as your body takes advantage of the surge in hormones to rebuild stronger. But the single most powerful natural stimulator of HGH is exercise specifically, high-intensity, lactate-producing exercise. That means heavy compound weightlifting like squats and deadlifts, or sprinting. The reason these are so effective is lactate. When you push your muscles so hard that they start to burn, you're generating lactate, and lactate directly stimulates huge HGH release. Sprinting, whether running or cycling, creates a flood of lactate within 10 to 15 seconds, and often surpasses even weightlifting in terms of HGH stimulation. CrossFit, which combines weight training and cardio with minimal rest, also produces enormous HGH spikes, though it requires excellent recovery ability to avoid burnout. Here's the key: low intensity exercise like walking or light jogging does nothing for HGH. You need intensity. You need short, powerful bursts that force your body into anaerobic effort. That's when growth hormone skyrockets. Of course, you should build up gradually and prioritize safety, especially with heavy lifts or sprints. But when done correctly, these workouts are the ultimate natural way to push your HGH up 20 times higher than baseline. So let's wrap this up. Growth hormone isn't just about looking lean or building muscle. It's about slowing down aging, protecting your bones, improving recovery, supporting better sleep, and keeping your metabolism strong. It is, quite literally, your body's repair signal. But as we've seen, it's easy to sabotage it with poor habits like late-night eating, excess sugar, stress, alcohol, and poor sleep. The good news is you can take back control. Start with the basics. Improve your sleep environment, manage stress, and cut out sugar. Add in higher quality protein and keep carbs low to prevent insulin spikes. Then experiment with boosters like magnesium, melatonin, cold therapy, or short fasts. And when you're ready, layer in advanced strategies like 1 meal a day fasting, high-intensity workouts, or even occasional extended fasts. These can multiply your HGH levels by 5, 10, or even 20 times. The secret isn't chasing injections or artificial shortcuts. It's about aligning your lifestyle with how your body is designed to work. Growth hormone is there, waiting to be unlocked. And when you do, you'll notice the difference in your energy, strength, fat loss, and overall vitality. Now that you know the exact blueprint for boosting your growth hormone naturally, it's time to put it into action. Choose 1 or 2 strategies to start with today. Build consistency and watch how your body responds. This is one of the most powerful anti-aging and performance-enhancing secrets you'll ever discover, and the best part is, it's 100% natural.